It's finally happening. After more than a decade, Dungeons & Dragons is taking players back to Dark Sun.
Trying to make things go back to the way they were.
Before we talk about D&D's surprising decision to return to its most controversial setting, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and help us keep videos like this one coming. And then, let's talk some Dark Sun. The Dark Sun setting of D&D has been a favorite of fans since it first debuted way back in 1991 for D&D 2nd edition, as it was truly one of the most unique settings ever created. A hostile world where the gods had been banished never to return, and Athos, the world of Dark Sun, is almost entirely desert after the dark magic of the Defiler wizards destroyed most of the life and vegetation on the planet to fuel their spells. Water is scarce, and metal is even scarcer, leading to players having to make do with bone and chitin armor and weapons made from the terrifying creatures that roam the sands. And in place of gods, twisted sorcerer kings have risen to control the few city-states that remain with their immense psionic powers, and they use the gladiatorial games to distract and placate their citizens. One of the few remaining patches of jungle on the planet is full of vicious man-eating halflings, and psionics have basically replaced magic as spellcasters are despised and hunted down ever since they broke the world a millennia ago. Oh, and elves are 7 feet tall and roam the dunes in brutal nomadic tribes. But Dark Sun does feature some elements that D&D had previously said would keep them from returning to the setting. Mainly a lot of slavery, genocide, and borderline magic eugenics, but based on their latest post-apocalyptic unearthed arcana playtest, it seems that D&D has finally found a way to make a return to Athos happen. The new playtest doesn't just hint at a possible return, it runs out in the street screaming, "Dark Sun is coming!" while smashing pots and pans together. The 4 subclasses featured are directly from Dark Sun. A Circle of Preservation Druid, aka the Preservers of Dark Sun, who fight to bring life back to the deserts of Athos. Gladiators, who you can see fighting in the arenas of these Sorcerer Kings in all of their city-states. A new Sorcerer King Patron Warlock, who can draw their power directly from those twisted demigod Sorcerer Kings. And of course, a Defiled Sorcery Sorcerer, aka one of the few remaining Defilers of Athos. And the descriptions of these subclasses all make it very clear that they're coming straight from that Dark Sun setting. The Circle of Preservation Druid is all about creating a small zone of preserved land that travels with them and restoring life to the desecrated lands around them. And of course, the Defiler Sorcerer can use its own hit dice or steal the life or hit dice from other creatures to power their dark spells. These are clearly Dark Sun subclasses and couldn't really come from anywhere else, and it basically confirms that we're going to get some kind of Dark Sun setting book in 2026. But what has Wizards of the Coast changed about the setting to make that happen? Well, first off, we don't see any mention of slavery even in the description of gladiators, who were almost all combat slaves in the original Dark Sun setting. In fact, they were born in the slave pits. It was in their original description. So it seems safe to say that that aspect of Dark Sun has either been removed or extremely toned down to not be such a huge part of the societies inside those city-states. And if that is the case, you have to imagine D&D toned back some of the other more problematic elements of the setting, like, say, the better left unsaid creation of the moles, the half-dwarf, half-human hybrids, and maybe some of that genocide getting toned back a bit. But based on these subclasses, they still seem to be keeping the main flavor of that desolate, unforgiving world of Athos alive. And if that is the case, we can't wait to see if they manage to achieve that goal of bringing back this new version of Dark Sun when the now inevitable Dark Sun book drops, hopefully sometime early in 2026. So what do you think? Are you ready to come back to a slightly changed version of the Dark Sun setting? Let us know down in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.